What's up? My name's Justin from modernsamples.com, and today I wanted to scroll through the contents of Hip Hop Drums Live, show you everything that's included, show you what you're going to get, and then from there I'm going to play some of the sounds just to show you the different samples and variations and just what everything sounds like inside the kit. So when you first open the kit, you're going to see 7 parent folders. You got your claps, your cymbals, your hi-hats, you got your kicks, the miscellaneous folder, the snares, and then the toms. So once you start expanding all the folders, you're going to notice that everything inside of each folder is a variation of that particular sound. So if we start with the claps, you got your ambient snares, you got your clacks, your dark snares, and then your layered. So let's start with the layered. These are samples that are layered with some drum machine samples in with the live samples that we did, just to give you a different, interesting texture, something that you may not be familiar with. And then from there, the darks claps here. These are essentially just live claps that sounded dark and then added in some mixing to give it even more of a darker, moodier texture. So yeah, you can see how you can use those in your mixes and your beats. Then from there, we got the cymbals. We have bells, crashes, mallets, and muted crashes. So we'll start with the bells, see what those sound like. And then the crashes, we got long and we got short. So let's check out the long crashes. So you can see lots of variation, and those crashes, we just let them ring out. So you can do whatever you want with them. You can chop off some of the tails, you can let them ring. It really depends on your productions. Then let me show you this mallet one. This one's pretty cool. It's got a really soft transient to it. So the hats, you got your closed, you got your loose, and then you got your pedal stomp. And the cool thing about the hats is that you got hard hits and you got soft hits. So if you like to program your hats and program your drums in a way that you want it to sound more like live played, so you want that sort of programmed drum machine feel, but you also want more of a live feel to it, these are cool because you got hard variations of the closed hats, and we'll listen to those. But then you also have soft variations. So if you know anything about the way a real drummer plays, is that every time they hit a hat, they're never going to hit it exactly the same. The level that they hit it, the impact that they hit it, everything's going to be varied a little bit from hard to soft. So if you use these two libraries in conjunction, you can create some pretty realistic sounding hat loops. We got the pedal stomp. Let's check that out. All right, the kicks, you got 5 folders. You got screech, smack, thud, thud with no tail, and then thumps. Let's check them out. And thuds. And the thumps. And these ones are cool because these were layered with some drum machine samples similar to the claps. And they were layered with drum machine samples that had a lot of weight to them, like a rounded bottom end. So if you want more of that sound, you have them here. So you should be able to hear some of that bottom end there. Then we get to the misc folder, the miscellaneous folder. This is probably the most inspiring sounds in the kit, or at least the most unique. You got your hits, you got your sticks, and then you got your stomps. So let's check out some of the hits. The big. And again, those tails, you can do whatever you want with them. If you want them shorter, just make them shorter. It's pretty simple. You can see there's a lot of room sound to that, and these ones will be a little bit more focused and dry. Not quite as ambient. And the stomps, the most popular ones in the kit. And that's literally just anywhere from 1 person to 3 people on a stage jumping up and down until we got some cool sounds. Snares, you got 7 folders in here. Boings, claps, just the tip, layered, splat, thud, and tight. And these are just descriptive words. So whenever you're creating, what we were doing is we're trying to make it as easy for you to find the sound that you're looking for as possible. The splats are cool. You can layer those with other sounds. And these thuds are almost lo-fi, where they kind of have a low fidelity sound to them. Toms, you got your floors and your racks. Let's check them out. Let's check out the short ones. So again, lots of variation. Again, there's over 400 sounds, so you shouldn't get bored with any of these samples in here. And you can layer them in conjunction with other samples that you may have gotten from Modern Samples or other sample libraries. But the good thing about these samples is that they were mixed in a way that you don't have to do very much work. But at the same time, if you push them, if you do decide to drive them, to distort them, compress them, EQ them, whatever, there's a lot of room that's left over. So your beats are going to still remain very punchy, very thick. They're going to sound open and dynamic and also very ambient. And, all that depth, all of that stuff in there, you're not going to lose, which is really, really interesting about these sounds. So we really hope that you enjoy using these sounds as much as we did creating them. And until the next time.